In the Lost World, players gain skills through divinity and area progression. For instance, small area, insects grants miracles early on, while more specialized areas like area of Lizardmen offer unique powers like divine control. When Sungwoon used divine control to possess Lacroix's powerful Lizardman High Priesta, temporarily wielded godlike strength at the cost of faith. With control over Lacroix's body, Sungwoon effortlessly flipped the monstrous Drake Manun and broke Boer, a rival tribal chief, with a single spear strike. This display of overwhelming force stunned Boer's tribe, the blue-skinned Lizardmen, into submission. Now united, Lacroix's clan swelled to 350 members. Despite this success, challenges loomed. The crowded hill couldn't support the growing tribe, and Lacroix decided they had to move on. He believed their god had already shown the where uniting them with their Kainan, that wisdom and survival might come from this reunion. Zhao, Lacroix's trusted companion, helped identify key talents in the newly joined tribe. A blacksmith ready to forge iron, a one-armed vagrant who proved to be a star catcher, an early astronomer and guide, and Ur, Lacroix's fierce warrior and friend, who had a bright idea. Inspired by the tamed drake, Ur suggested they tame animals like water buffaloes for food and support. That moment unlocked a new discovery. Lacroix's clan has noticed the skill, livestock farming. The tribe stood on the edge of progress armed with iron, guided by stars, and ready to domesticate beasts. Civilization was beginning to stir. Sungwoon, a player in the Lost World, knew little of real-world histories. His understanding came from games. Yet he understood this much. Early civilizations developed around either agriculture or livestock farming, each with pros and cons. He chose a Lizardman tribe, well suited for livestock and looting thanks to their physicality. Lacroix, the Lizardman chief and high priest, proved to be a capable leader. Under Sungwoon's guidance, they pursued livestock farming by capturing a herd of 20 water buffaloesa, physically demanding task that exhausted the warriors. Surprisingly, Lacroix forbade them from feasting on the buffaloes. He believed restraint now would bring greater gains later. This decision boosted his willpower, earning him respect from Sungwoon and the tribe. Meanwhile, they also developed ironworking. With charcoal and primitive bellows, their iron craftsmen forged their first iron spear, marking a major technological step. It wasn't perfect, but it was stronger than stone or bronze weapons ideal for their next phase. Then came the big move. Lacroix woke the tribe early and publicly recognized their star-catching guide. The guide described a journey through rotten-smelling lakes, steep mountain paths, and finally, fertile lands with vegetation. Lacroix announced their departure, preaching that survival wasn't just about strength, but about purpose and unity. Instead of rewarding the warriors with meat, he handed them iron blades and crowned them as the Bone Warriors, each adorned with a buffalo skull as a sacred symbol. The ceremony wasn't just dramatic, it had real effects. Warriors like Ur gained levels and stats like trust, while Lacroix himself had a massive increase in leadership and level. Sungwoon was impressed. These weren't just NPCs. They were growing on their own, acting on faith, loyalty, and reason. Finally, as the tribe prepared to march toward a new future under the rising sun, Lacroix quietly asked Sungwoon for forgiveness, for claiming it was God's will when it was his own idea. Sungwoon didn't mind. After all, he had chosen Lacroix for his willpower and now it was paying off. And as a reward for their sacrifice and discipline, Sungwoon decided it was time for a miracle, something divine. Something meaty. The Lizardmen, led by Chief Lacroix, trudged through a harsh wilderness, surviving on maggots and sparse food. After a month, they reached a mountain spring just in time and early, out of water and energy. The buffaloes that accompanied them were tired, but still alive. As Lacroix's clan filled their bellies and rested, Zhao, Lacroix's loyal companion, urged him to consider finding a mate, even offering herself. Lacroix, caught off guard, was spared from answering when scouts reported strangers nearby. A small, exhausted band of orcs had stumbled into their path. Though wary, Lacroix chose mercy over punishment and fed them. In return, the orc leader warned of a monstrous creature just beyond the next ridge, a titanic, multi-legged beast with a rock-hard shell over 15 meters long. The monster was an ancient coleoptera, a divine creation known as an abomination extremely dangerous and stronger than Lacroix himself. Turning back would mean losing 8 more days crossing the wilderness, which the starving clan and buffaloes likely couldn't survive. Lacroix gathered a scouting party, including Zal, Ur, and a few warriors, and approached the creature's lair. Hidden in the valley, the beast slumbered. Its mere movements caused tremors. The group hesitated, fear settling in. Even Lacroix considered retreat. But then Zal broke the silence with a bold claim. "We have the advantage, Chief." The decision now lay in Lacroix's hands face the monster, and claim the reward of the gods, or turn back and risk everything. As Lacroix and Zal ponder how to confront the massive, sleeping monster known as the ancient coleoptera, Zal presents an idea grounded in simple but powerful logic, leveraging tools and terrain, much like their iron craftsman does with bellows to amplify heat. While Lacroix doubts at first, a miraculous blue butterfly sent by their god, woon, affirms Zal's plan. They used tree logs to roll massive boulders down a steep slope onto the beast. woon takes divine control of Lacroix's body at the crucial moment, helping to send all 3 boulders crashing down. The first stuns the monster, the second injures it, and the third, after a precisely thrown spear, finishes it off. The tribe rejoices, and woon receives the essence of abomination, a rare divine material used to create powerful creatures known as apostles or incarnations. He doesn't use it yet, but notes the long-term potential of this divine resource. Meanwhile, as Lacroix inspects the monster's corpse, he finds its flesh inedible but its shell potentially useful. He and Zao share a moment that hints at deeper feelings, Zao reminding him of an unanswered question about companionship. But before he can reply, they discover something glinting in the ruins of a shattered altar atop the beetle's back. With the same ingenuity they used in the battle, they recover a golden tablet covered in strange, winding symbols. Lacroix's clan has discovered writing. A new era is about to begin. Woon, the player god, wasn't too impressed when Lacroix's tribe discovered the golden tablet. It was a common relic in the Lost World, a game filled with ancient ruins. Although the tablet spoke of the long-lost Kalimbar Empire, its true value was locked behind an indecipherable script. To Lacroix and his tribe, it was shiny, soft, and essentially useless. But Lacroix sensed something more. Curious, he studied the symbols on the tablet. Zao, his perceptive companion, noticed patterns and suggested it was more than decoration. Inspired by their intuition and primitive use of symbols to mark territory or directions, Woon saw a chance maybe he could nudge Lacroix toward inventing writing. After returning land to the orcs and accepting their help navigating the mountains, Lacroix's tribe ventured deeper into new territory. There they encountered deer, a new source of food, and a moment of celebration. Lacroix sacrificed the first deer to his god and sat quietly with the golden tablet. Watching the deer rot while the tablet remained unblemished sparked a thought: maybe what doesn't rot isn't the gold, but the knowledge engraved on it. Lacroix entered a trance-like state, drawing in the dirt by firelight. Inspired by duality's life and death, light and shadow, he saw not just opposites, but the in-betweens, transitions, balances, and connections. The motion of flies on the dead deer mirrored the tablet symbols. By dawn, Lacroix had something to show Zao. Using simple shapes, Lacroix drew symbols to represent male and female Lizardmen, the line that connected them as companions. Zao responded with a circle. Lacroix understood her meaning immediately. Lacroix's clan has invented writing. Woon, watching from the heavens, silently celebrated. Writing was now born, primitive, symbolic, but powerful. It would take generations to develop, but it was a start. The clan celebrated Lacroix and Zaol's union with a festival and a hunting contest, symbolizing both a marriage and a cultural turning point. But peace wouldn't last. Sung Woon, knowing the game's tendency for chaos, foresaw conflict. Scouts soon reported unfamiliar tracks nearby. Lekrak didn't recognize them, but the Starcatcher did. Trouble was coming. Lakrak, chief of the Lizardmen, discovered large, frog-like footprints near their new settlement. Suspecting a rare species known as frogmen, who were amphibious bipeds capable of speech,